and welcome to News Generation. My name is Ifwa. This is what we are looking at today. A case of bird flu hits the national capital, but young people don't seem to be too bothered about it. How young people from poor homes in the Upper East Regional Capital are being helped. There has been a lot of talk about football's governing body FIFA. We will explain what it's all about. And could you imagine a life where boys got their period? A few of you have some ideas. I'll be right back in a jiffy. News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid. We all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call Vitarid.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only Cowbell with Vitarid puts you on the fast track.
And you can contribute to News Generation on social media. We're on facebook.com. Find us at News Generation GH. On Twitter, you can find us on the handle at NewsGenGH. Now, the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Research has found bird flu in some poultry birds in Ghana. Some samples that were sent to them from farms in Achimota and Tema tested positive for the virus. But some young people we spoke to about the news don't seem too worried.
I don't really know much, but I hear it's caused by a virus. I'm not really sure. And I heard this morning on Joy FM that for some time there have been speculations of an outbreak.
I know it's not Accra now, it's in Ghana, so we have to take precautions on everything that's going on. And this is a very big disadvantage to Ghana, especially now in the economic crisis. We are facing so many cold store businesses are falling down now. Bird flu, poultry businesses are going to go out, which is going to be a minus on Ghana's part.
It's lunchtime at Christ the King School in Accra. Some of the students are eating rice and chicken stew. They are not too worried about the bird flu outbreak in the city.
I'm not scared because it's from home. So when my mom brings the chicken, she washes it very well to remove the germs from it.
I'm really scared for most chop bar business because this means that not all chicken will be certified to contain the virus and they might go out of business.
I think that it might not really affect me because I'm sure that my mother and people around me have heard about this news and would take the necessary precautions.
So you're not scared?
Not really.
The only thing I'm scared of is my stomach and how it's going to react because I know wherever I buy my food from, the food is wholesome and consumable, like my school and then my home.
The Noguchi Research Institute confirmed the bird influenza outbreak in the country on Wednesday, May 27th. But this isn't the first time a case of bird flu has been reported in Ghana. Over 27,000 birds were destroyed by veterinary services during an outbreak in 2007. The Ghana Poultry Association is asking the public to remain calm. Birds that are sick will be killed. So are you going to be doing anything different now with news of this latest outbreak?
Maybe.
I think I'll cut down on poultry, eggs, chicken, everything to prevent myself from getting any diseases or infections. Now I'm going to try BEC, so I can't take any chances.
I try to minimize my intake of chicken and switch to fish more.
I will try to tell the people around me about it's like to spread the news so that so that other people will know about it.
At least this recent case of bird flu is only being passed from bird to bird. It's not like the H5N1 bird flu strain that humans can get. So it is very unlikely that people will get the bird flu, especially if meals are prepared properly. Let's go to the Upper West region now, where poverty there really affects young people. Some of them have ended up on the streets with no education, food or shelter. But there is some hope for them thanks to Eric Kumans of Child Support Ghana.
47 girls live here at the child support home under the care of Eric Kumans. It is a Saturday morning and the girls are going about their routine weekend activities. This is what most of them would have been doing in their respective homes. The morning house chores are over and it's time for lunch. Some of these young people have called this place their home for 4 years.
My parents didn't have the ability to send me to school to study. When I was in the house, life was so terrible. I used to sell water in the market before I can get something to eat. I experienced so many things. Like I have enough time to study. When I was with my parents, I have to work hard. I don't cook. We have a cook here. I don't go to the pipe to get water. We have free borehole here. When I came here, I don't sell water again. I eat, I get everything free here. When I was in the hometown, I was schooling and I dropped out. But when I came here, I started schooling again. We always go to school and come back and study. We even have teachers here who teach us.
Eric Kumans is the executive director of Child Support Ghana. He says he is encouraged to make a difference in the lives of these homeless young people.
The strongest point is that we make a big difference for these girls. If you talk to the girls and you imagine that they were still in the village where they come from, most of them should have children, most of them should be married, most of them dropped out from school, and here we give them the opportunity to be educated, to try to develop a life for a girl without being dependable of marriage or a man. The children who are here, they all have a bad background. If they have a happy background, they were not here. I don't need the money from the government. I want safety for the girls, like street lights. The girls go to school when it's dark. And why is dangerous? It's becoming a dangerous town. I need lights here around the place. But they said, okay, we can bring you lights, but you have to pay for your own transformer. Yeah.
Most of these young people were picked from the streets. And now they have a message for authorities.
Needy child, orphan, street child, a potential teacher, a potential nurse, a potential doctor, a potential lawyer, a potential president, yet in a hostile world, a wandering, without a guide in life, without any shelter or home, without any hope in sight. Is it your fault that you lose a father? Is it your fault that your parents are disabled? You are a victim of circumstances. Who must bear your burdens all alone? Who is the one who cares about the plight of this wandering child trying to find his place in this world where only the faithful survive?
Oh, people of Mother Ghana, do we ever care about our own? This wandering and vulnerable child needs someone to call to him and say, Wairi, come home. Does it always have to take the long arm of Europe or America to tell one of these little ones, Wairi? Thank you, Holland, for giving us a home, for showing us what it means to be loved, what it means to have guide in life, the joy of being in school, and not worrying about school fees. People of Ghana, we have come home. Yet, there are many who are still lost. Who is the next one to call out and say, Wayiri, come home?
Now, more than half the number of girls in low-income areas stay out of school during menstruation. That is about 65 out of every 100 girls in Ghana alone. But square pieces of cloth have changed that for about 1,000 girls already.
Many girls miss up to 3 months of school every year because they do not have the right sanitary material. Missing school for a week each month has an impact on girls' progress, and in some cases, they drop out of school completely. 14-year-old Sarah schools at the St. Patrick's Anglican Primary School in J. Krodia in the Central Region.
Sometimes I don't have money to buy pad, and my parents too don't have money to buy some, so I just use rack. Because of that, we will not come to school, so that if we sit on our chair, the blood will come out from our school uniform, so that the boys will laugh at us.
It's a normal school day, but something unusual happened at the St. Patrick's Anglican Primary School. A group of people came with gifts for only female pupils for a special reason.
We share sanitary wear for you girls for free. We are not going to charge you for anything, but when you use sanitary wear, there's some problems that you face. So we came out with this
Days for Girls is an organization that distributes reusable sanitary pads for girls like Sarah.
If I use it, I'll wash it and dry it on the sun. If it's dry, I'll just send it to the room and go and iron it nicely and put it down. And the next day, I'll use the other one.
The pads are made of woolen cotton, folded in 3 and can be layered for extra comfort. Each bag contains 2 holders for the sanitary towels, which are waterproof, 8 sanitary towels, a cake of soap, panties, and a towel.
The first day and second day is your heavy flow. So your heavy flow, you take the 2 of the washcloth and insert inside the shield. This is your shield, like the normal sanitary wear you use, and then put it nicely under your pant. You hold your pant like this, you turn it outside down, then you stick it under your pant like you normally use your sanitary wear.
The use of this sanitary kit will help increase girls' attendance to school.
It will let me come to school because if I come to school, it will not let me be shy. If I wear it, the blood will not just flow up in my school uniform for the boys to laugh at me.
But it's not just sanitary kits that are given out during the outreach.
Sometimes when the girls visit restrooms, sometimes they don't wash their hands. They just, after washroom, they just touch anything they can get their hands on to. Just dig in bucket or tank or anything to wash their hands. And maybe it can be a cup.
In order to sustain this project, Days for Girls will produce the sanitary kits in local communities.
We are looking for the communities who will help to sew, then we will distribute it to the girls around the community.
Hopefully, many more girls who cannot afford sanitary pads can get this kind of help and stay in school.
So the NGO Water Aid wants you to speak up about your periods. This is because a lot of girls do not have access to private washrooms, clean water, and sometimes sanitary wear, as we saw in the video before this one. This is their objective for World Menstrual Health Day, which was celebrated on May 28th. So we want to know, what do you think about that?
Well, I think it's quite appalling because in the 21st century, now that we know about the awareness and things that will happen to us, effects of not being clean, I think that this should be solved immediately, because if you don't take care of yourself during, the menstrual cycle, you might have infections.
I feel it's not the best, because as girls we are expected to reproduce as we grow, and if we are not provided with, for example, sanitary pads, they may contract diseases during their periods, and these diseases may prevent them from giving birth later on in future, as well as the dirty washrooms. They may also contract diseases from there.
Makes me feel very sad, because those things are not things that people shouldn't get. They are basic necessities.
I think it's sad because with the way things are now, it's not healthy for them to be living in conditions like that. So I think it must be improved.
How can it be improved?
I think washrooms and then sanitary, those things should be provided for them so that they can live in healthy conditions, so they'll be well off.
I think NGOs run by women should take a step to educate these girls on the importance of sanitation during your menstrual cycle, and they should have a give out souvenirs such as pads for them.
Well, the first thing we can do is maybe first provide them with the sanitary pads. Maybe we can appeal for funds from the public, and then we can help us take a step from there.
Now, how do you think the world would be like if boys got a period?
I just think maybe it would be better. No, wait, it won't be. Because maybe there are some girls that may like boys and wouldn't want to have boys who would also do. Well, I'm kind of confused, but I wouldn't want that to happen.
If boys got their period, it would be so cool. We women are strong people. To be bleeding every month, it's quite, outstanding.
If boys got their period, I think it would be funny because they also have to suffer the way we do. Some people also have menstrual pains and everything, so they also suffer, and then we'll all be in it together.
It will be painful, so I'll not be able to move freely.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I guess it would be painful, but I'm not sure how it would feel.
Time to find out what life is like for some young people in Bolivia and South Africa after the break.
We all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call VitaRich.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only cowbell with VitaRich puts you on the fast track.
Welcome back to News Generation with me, Ifwa. Let's meet up with Bettina in South Africa. She tells us what she's been up to.
My name is Bettina Baidu. I was originally born in Ghana and I moved here when I was 5 years old. What I love the most about South Africa, I would love to say, is the diversity. Because I think in many parts of the world, we lack diversity. We lack cultures coming together in the way that I see in South Africa. I'm involved in a lot of debating and public speaking, and the reason why I particularly love being a South African debating scheme, the debating team, is that it allows you an opportunity to reach out to people and to help them discuss their own issues. And through debating and through public speaking, you're able to ask the nation serious questions that they can address. I'm also secondly involved in running my own NGO currently at the moment, which is called a matric tutorship program. Is to actually get many matric students who are writing their matric exams and to get matric pupils who have already passed and already excelled in those exams to come and tutor those students as well, just to get that balance within schools and create real equal opportunity within South Africa.
So that's Bettina, who lives in South Africa. Now let's go to South America, where not everyone likes herbal or traditional medicine, but these kinds of medicines is something that Ghanaians, I think, we have in common with Bolivians. The Kalawayas, who live in the mountains of Bolivia, are known for their skills in healing people with plants. Ivan and his sister Melissa are Kalawayas. They picked up the skill from their father.
Mi papá es Kalawaya y mi mamá también, y
my dad and my mom are Kalawayas, and I want to be like them, to heal people with plants. Nowadays, young people are not interested in nature. It's like nobody wants to be Kalawaya. I'm studying in the barracks, and when finished, I will start my ritual to become a Kalawaya. Go up the Silaka mountain with my parents, so they can offer me the rituals and the sacred places.
Y voy a subir a Sillaca. Vamos a ir a mi huerto a mirar.
I'll tell you about some of the plants in my garden. This plant is called enojo and used to cure boils.
Y bajamos un poco y flotamos.
This is a plant called ria and helps me cough.
Este centrón tomamos en mate y nos sirve para.
This is citron. It helps prevent headache. This plant is called menta and used for headaches.
Eucalyptus is useful when you want to heal from a cough and mucus.
Esta planta se llama lacacho y utilizamos para dolor de cintura, pero bajamos y flotamos.
This plant is lacachu and helps with back pain. This is the wakatala and is to get rid of stomach pain. Young people are leaving this community to the city of La Paz. I would like them to come back and learn about plants. I'm preparing to be a Kalawaya and cure many people.
Yo también me voy a preparar para ser un Kalawaya y curar muchas personas.
Still to come, what all the fuss about FIFA is about, and a bit more news.
We all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call VitaRich.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only cowbell with VitaRich puts you on the fast track.
Welcome back to News Generation. My name is Ifwa. Have you liked our Facebook page yet? It's facebook.com/newsgenerationgh. You can also find us on Twitter for all those who like to tweet. We are on the handle @NewsGenGH. Now it's another 4 years for Blatter. Sepp Blatter will lead FIFA for the 5th time as he won the election to stay on as president, but not before some controversy. 7 top FIFA officials were arrested before the meeting to elect him even started. The world is talking about the FIFA scandal.
Changed.
J'appelle à notre esprit d'équipe, à l'unité.
Today, I'm appealing to unity
Enfin,
and the
d'avancer
team
ensemble.
spirit so we can move forward together.
Ça sera peut-être pas toujours facile,
It may not
mais c'est pour
always be
cette raison
easy, but it is
que nous
for
sommes
this
aujourd'hui
reason
réunis.
that we are here
Nous sommes réunis
together
pour attaquer
today.
les
We are here
problèmes qui ont
together
été
to
créés
tackle the problems that have
et
been
essayer de les
created,
résoudre. On ne les résoudra
We're
pas en
here
un jour,
to solve them.
mais on va les attaquer
This may
immédiatement.
not be able to do in one single day, but we're starting, and it will take perhaps some time, but we'll do it with you, with the representatives of the member associations, because you finally, national associations, you're the ambassadors of our football.
That's the man, Sepp Blatter. He's been president of FIFA since 1998, and he'll be for the next 4 years. For many years, there have been accusations of corruption in FIFA. There have been investigations and punishments. Some officials were suspended, others were forced out of office. But none of that compared to what happened before FIFA's big meeting for 2015. Seven top officials of FIFA were arrested in Zurich, Switzerland. That's where the meeting took place. The United States accused some people in football's governing body of receiving millions of dollars in bribes. Swiss officials also started investigating the bidding process for the 2018 and 2022 World Cups.
Important responsibilities at every level, from building soccer fields for children in developing countries to organizing the World Cup. They were expected to uphold the rules that keep soccer honest and to protect the integrity of the game. Instead, they corrupted the business of worldwide soccer to serve their interests and to enrich themselves. This Department of Justice is determined to end these practices, to root out corruption and to bring wrongdoers to justice.
FIFA headquarters were raided by the police and some computers were seized. 7 more officials were mentioned in the corruption scandal, bringing the number to 14. South Africa was accused of paying bribes to get the right to host the 2010 World Cup. Sepp Blatter wasn't accused himself, but some people want him to step down since the corruption took place under his leadership. What does this all mean for football and the World Cup? Joy sports journalist Gary Al Smith explains.
The arrest of the FIFA officials affects football, but it doesn't. It doesn't affect football because the day-to-day operations of football around the world do not need those people to function. So that's why it does not affect them. But in the way it affects football is that it sullies the name of FIFA's reputation. You know, it makes the organization look bad, and as a result, sponsors and people who put their money in the sport don't want to be associated with corruption and graft and racketeering and such things. So if it goes on for too long, some of them may be forced to pull out their money, meaning that in the worst case scenario, we might not have some of the tournaments we love, like the World Cup and those other tournaments. If some of the corruption allegations are proven, it will mean then that the world of football has to be forced to go back to bidding for the tournament again, because then it would have been done wrongly. Which is why perhaps you have the president of Russia speaking openly and saying that the US should shut up and mind their own business, and the US also saying that they should shut up and mind their own business in Russia. Now, people are saying it's a question of sour grapes because the US bid for the 2018 one, which Russia won, and Russia won, and the UK, who have also been very vocal, also bid for the 2022 one, which Qatar won. So that's the story.
Whichever way things go, one thing is for sure, FIFA will never be the same again.
Time to take a look at a few more stories making the news. The woman who designed the national flag of Ghana, Theodosia Okon, has been laid to rest. She was given a state burial on Thursday, May 28th, and laid to rest at the Osu Cemetery in Accra. She was 92. Muhammadu Buhari is officially now President of Nigeria. He was sworn in at an inauguration ceremony in the capital Abuja Friday. Buhari, in his acceptance speech, promised to tackle the issue of the Boko Haram and corruption in Nigeria, among other issues. The FIFA Under-20 World Cup has kicked off in New Zealand. Leading the African teams are Ghana and Nigeria. Ghana plays Austria, Argentina, Panama, the first round of games. The word hashtag has won an award. The Oxford University Press has declared it Children's Word of the Year. The company did some research on over 120,000 short stories children in the United Kingdom had submitted and found that using hashtag at the end of sentences has become common. For example, hashtag News Generation. The hashtag is used on social media to easily find people talking about the same topic. And that's how we wrap up on this edition of News Generation. Thank you so much for staying with us. Remember, you can always catch up with us on social media. It's facebook.com/newsgenerationgh. We're also on Twitter at newsgengh. My name is Ifwa. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye. News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.